And tonight, critics of some new state election board rules, they are asking a judge for an emergency hearing to overturn them. And this comes as early voting is set to start here in just 3 weeks. 11 Alive's Doug Richards with the political team joining us in Brookhaven tonight. Doug, when we're talking about time, it's very limited here.
Yeah, time is certainly somewhat of the essence, given that early voters are supposed to show up here in Brookhaven and around the state 3 weeks from now, and they and the poll workers would all like to know what exactly the settled rules will be.
The Georgia State Election Board is in a very positive way.
When Donald Trump shouted out his state election board allies during an Atlanta rally last month, one of them stood and waved to the crowd. Then a few days later, helped enact new statewide election rules to placate some of the complaints Trump supporters made when they challenged the 2020 election. Some of those rules are now under legal challenge, with a new request for an emergency court hearing prior to the start of early voting in 3 weeks.
You can't make election rule changes this close to an election because it creates chaos.
Brian Robinson is the plaintiff's spokesman. The changes require video surveillance of absentee drop boxes, give local officials more leeway to reject absentee ballots, give county election boards discretion over certifying results, and they require a hand count of ballots by poll workers separate from the vote count. Robinson says none of these rules are in state law. The new rules are illegal. Trying to enforce them, he says, will only slow the election results processed by election workers who aren't trained in the new rules.
And one thing that we have talked about for 4 years is that delayed results create disbelief, they create doubt about the election. It makes people think that there are hijinks that are happening behind closed doors. There is something that builds credibility and builds trust by moving quickly.
And the plaintiffs in the lawsuit want the courts to move quickly. They have filed an emergency order request trying to get a decision out of the courts that voters and poll workers can live with, starting with early voting 3 weeks from now. We are live in Brookhaven tonight. Back to you.